Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Taskmaster Tuesday. This is a different Taskmaster Tuesday because we are on Alpha 9, which means quad turrets, 20-inch guns and all other sort of good upgrades to the game. This particular challenge is to show off what the French battleships look like, in case you missed the stream yesterday, and on top of that, to try and sink 10 Japanese battleships from the 1930s as quickly as possible. The maximum allotted in-game time is only 30 minutes. And the winner for this week will be whoever gets the most kills. Now, winner, I might hear you think, well, Taskmaster Tuesday is not something that I do in a vacuum. I play these challenges against History Guy Gaming, Spartan Elite, Brother Monroe, and Every Day is Different, and whoever gets the most points gets to take the honorary award of Taskmaster winner for that particular week. So, it is going to be a close race, this one. 30 minutes in-game time. Starting range 20,000 meters, and we have a tech difference of 10 years, but whether that'll be enough, that remains to be seen. Now you're looking at currently one of the new French battleship hulls. This is the Super Battleship 2, and as you can see, it is very large. It is not as large as some of the German super hulls, which have 130,000 tons. But 95,000 tons is still substantial, and it allows you to put a lot of weight and in the form of, well, whether you prefer armor or whether you prefer guns, that's up to you, but you can put a lot of stuff on this ship. One thing that I found is that they generally don't turn too well. This thing has a turning circle of 1,600 meters. That is really substantial, and we're not done yet adding weight. So that's probably going to go up even more. Now what we have over here is one of the, well, I'd say one of the best looking main towers that we currently have in the game. Props to the devs and their team. They have really made a very, very nice superstructure. Let's see, can I line those up perfectly? No. There will be a small gap. With the battle cruisers, it's even sharper. It's even better looking. Because those things just line up as if there is no line between the superstructure and the secondary. Anyway, we also have a new funnel. This is the angled funnel complex number 6, and it really looks good. Of course, you have the funnel, but on top of that, you still have a bit of room for some additional weapons platforms. In this case, I'll probably not be using those, simply because I'm looking at battleships, and what I can fit up there is probably, what, a 3-inch? Maybe a 4-inch, but that's cutting it close. Yeah, I can have a 4-inch up there, but a 4-inch against a battleship means that you have to close to within 1,000 meters, and even then, your damage is probably not going to be that good. Now, let's say that those 10 Japanese battleships that I'm facing all have a ton of firepower. They all bring, let's say the worst, or maybe best case, 9 barrels to bear. That is a lot of firepower. So closing in is definitely not in my favor this time. If the AI generates a couple of Japanese battleships which have quad turrets, those numbers can shift very, very, very quickly. Now, as for the guns on my ship, the 20-inch guns, they are fun to use. They have a huge range, 41.2, 62,000 damage, and that is with the standard shells. If you go for the super heavy shells, you have a penetrative power that will put most battleships to shame, as even at 25,000 meter range you can still pen 17.7 inches of armor, but more importantly it does 71,000 points of damage. I have, however, found that I won't employ them that much. Here's why. They have a terrible rate of fire. They reload in 2 minutes, and that's unupgraded. If they are upgraded, they reload in 76 seconds. Their damage output is just not there. They sound fantastic, but their damage output is not there. I'll be using them in a different video just to make sure you know how they sound, and if you already want to know how they sound, you can listen to them through the link down below in the description, which links to my stream that I did when I was exploring the Alpha 9 patch, and through there, I think I have a battleship with, what, 20 of these quad 20s? So that'll be more than plenty. That's where you can hear the turrets. In this case, I'm thinking of going with 18-inch. I will use the quad turrets because they just look really nice on the French ships. It's just, well, it fits. It's like it's supposed to be there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be capable of mounting 4 of these turrets, though. Might be a bit much. No, actually, this will work. Let's go for a Generation 2 radar rangefinder and a stereoscopic rangefinder. Acoustics not important, radio not important, because none of those things will help me defeat the enemy faster. Let's see. I have 30 minutes. That's not a huge amount of time. What I could do is also throw out a whole wave of torpedoes. And by doing that, maybe flood out 1 or 2 of those ships. But they have increased the weight of the torpedo tubes in this patch. So the torpedo tubes, while still delivering a hell of a punch, aren't really as powerful anymore. Or at least, they're not as spammable anymore because they just take up more displacement. Now, let's see if I can put these things... No, you cannot put them next to the superstructure. I can put them here. This has come to be known to some extent as the HGG solution, the History Guy Gaming solution, because it allows you to do a huge torpedo attack. One salvo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8. There we go. 8 torpedo tubes, quintuples, so that's 40 torps. That'll allow me to send out a large wave of torpedoes, but at 20,000 meters, I'm not really too optimistic about their chances to hit. They reload in 975 seconds. That's 15 minutes. That means I barely get a second shot. If at all. It's going to come right down to the wire. So maybe using one of these is better. Just a couple of quads. Because by doing that, I have a faster reload. And sure, I throw out fewer torpedoes, but I can throw out possibly 2 salvos, which would be more valuable in this case. And nowhere in the Taskmaster challenge rules for this week was it specified that we can only have one particular type of armament. You can use as many or as few as you like. Another point that will be fairly important is to make sure that I have armor on this ship. Because this thing is going to get shot at a lot. Now, I'll probably stay at range. So I'm thinking of using a lot of deck armor this time around. How far can I go? 8 inches of deck armor. Now, if the enemy gets something like an 18-inch gun at 20,000 meters, you would need a pretty sizable deck armor to make sure that it bounces off. At 20,000 meter range, I would need 24.6 inches of deck armor. I'm not sure if that's something that I'll be able to mount on this ship. I'll probably not be able to fit that, because it is just too heavy. But in combination with some angling and some maneuvering, I might be able to make it work. Now let's reduce the deck armor a little bit, so I can put more turret top armor on. Now, I'm just looking at the 18-inch guns. These things have a reload time of 61 seconds. That means I can fire, in the most ideal circumstances, 29 salvos. That's if I have all the guns pointing at the target every single time. And the reload just goes through every time. Well, let's hope it's enough to just get a lot of kills. Let's hope it's enough. I'm going to slow the ship down a bit more to make sure I have turboelectric drive. That'll help with water pumping and ship repairs. My turning circle, 1308, so it's improved somewhat. Let's go for more turret top armor, because the last thing I want to see is these things getting ammo wrecked. There we go. Alright, we have the battleship Languedoc. Let's see if she'll perform in this Taskmaster challenge. Let's have a look. What are these Japanese battleships built out of? They have 3 battle lines, 5 triple turrets. So that's 15 guns per ship, times 10 ships. That'll be throwing out a lot of shells. Now you can see that the AI actually made more of a normal type of ship with a lot of secondaries on it. Those don't really bother me, because I don't think I'll be in range at all. They won't be able to shoot me. The angle towards the enemy is actually fairly workable as far as the torpedoes are concerned. Because my torpedo range, yeah, is over there. Target this ship and go aggressive. Yeah, let's just begin. Languedoc. See, it's even going to take me, what, up to a minute to just get the guns on target in the first place. You know what? I don't need to be turning to port. I need to be turning to starboard. I need to be angling the ship. If I don't, there is a pretty substantial chance that I'll start getting serious damage on this ship. Here come the salvos. Oh boy. %17% chance to hit already. Bracketing shot complete. Now we're going to wait till that salvo has reloaded, sorry, till that turret has reloaded. Once it has, we can actually go on the offensive. We can start landing some hits. This looks like only part of the salvo of torpedoes. It's like the others haven't really launched yet. Maybe I can still force them to launch. Languedoc, ready? Shall we? Fire all guns. Hello? This is not great timing. This is a Taskmaster challenge. I need kills. I need... No, not from you. I need damage output. I need shells flying out. There we go. That's another ranging bracket, though. The sky is filled with shells today. But it bounces off. So far. So far. It bounces off. I'm not sure what caliber that is. Oh, we hit something. It's like those battleships all fire in unison. Like there's one Admiral aboard the AI ships that goes fire, and all ships open up. I've hit the stern belt penetration for 79 damage. Yeah, that's not great. 25 minutes left. Can we now get a full salvo? No? What are my guns doing? Have you tried turning them on and off again? This is weird behavior. Do you see that? There we go. I'm not sure why that took so long. We do have another salvo of torpedoes in the water. Because it's suddenly like the ship just woke up and went, oh crap, I have a job to do. I need to send out salvos. I need to send out shells. I need to send out my torps. Well, yeah, you do, but you're a little late. Because that little stunt took me 5 minutes. Let's once again try not to be too broadside. That was 19 inch. Okay. So now we know what they have. And it went right through the deck. Now, where's that other salvo of torps? Right here. Travel time is substantial for these torpedoes. They're not terribly quick. They're doing 50 knots, give or take a few. They have a long way to go. It looks like the AI is doing some weird stuff with their battle lines. Oh, they have 2 ships colliding. Okay. Another full salvo on the way. Range to target, 17 clicks. Please bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. Bounce everything. Okay, that could have been a hell of a lot worse. Did I hit the other ship again? Yeah, that was just the initial hit. Doesn't look like flooding is going to be too much of a threat for these ships. But if they don't have a lot of torpedo blister, then maybe this can at least do some damage. Although damage in this game, at least in this Taskmaster challenge, doesn't really count. What we're looking for is pure killing power. Can you sink these ships? There we go. This ship is getting some serious damage after having been hit substantially by the 18-inch guns. Bingo. They've started detecting the torps. Now, my bet is that they detect the torps, but the turning circle on these ships is so enormous that they will not be able to do much. It looks like this ship is trying to turn, but good luck. I'm really hoping I can sink this one ship, then at least I have 1 point. Another fire on the long dock. Slow down a bit. Oh, I'm happy that all of those salvos are missing my ship. I mean, look at that dispersion. And by the way, the beautiful shockwave from the 20-inch gun. No, what is it? 18-inch guns. This is where all those shells landed. There, there, there. The Languedoc is one lucky ship. Looks like we're still pushing a couple of BBs off course by the torpedo salvo here. That's the one, and here comes the second one. Another swarm of migrating torpedoes. I really hope that I can get some damage in, because so far I don't have a lot of confidence that I'll be able to kill one of these ships. More fire and more flooding. Yeah, but they're huge. It's going to take a lot more to flood these things out. Damage done, 792. Damage taken, 551. Come on, torpedoes. Yeah, we're going to land a few against the battleship here. And here we go, we got 3 here. Another one here. Looks like we might get another one on the nose. That's good. Ah, we got identification on these ships. The Kashima. 116,000 tons, which is more than my 95. 19-inch guns, 8-inch secondaries, 30 knot speed, a very respectable turning circle for a ship this size. And they have anti-torp 3 with anti-flood 3. Bulkheads standard. Maybe there's hope yet. The chances of me flooding out these things quickly are negligible. But this salvo, well, it might be able to slow down some of these ships. Another couple of torpedoes going out. The real question is, can we actually get them in time? Because I think that the travel time for the torpedoes is going to be a real factor now. Another salvo out, but Kashima, she's pretty angled. Missed. I wonder when they start detecting the torps. Oh, there, we got another hit. Structural integrity 54%, buoyancy 69%. Structural 45%. Come on. I got hit again. 19-inch damage to the bow deck. Didn't lose that much. Looks like I'll be able to damage a lot of these ships, but I might not be able to sink one of them. Tosa, flooding in 2 compartments. 3. Yes. No, it missed. Whoa! That's another way to sink a ship. 1 kill. Finally, 1 kill. We got battleship Hyuga also flooding. But that was just 1 compartment, so the damage to that ship is not really substantial. Kashima is still flooding. Although I don't think that the flooding will kill her. I think the flat-out damage from the 18-inch shells will do more. I have 12 minutes left of in-game time. Current score, 1. We still have a couple more torpedoes migrating. But I don't expect to get much out of those, unless they happen to detonate some more ammunition. Looks like the Aki is also going to get hit. And depending on Yamashiro's maneuvering... No, she's turning to starboard, she'll be fine. Aki. Bow hit, 155 damage. Kashima's down to 35%, but I now have a high ricochet chance. Yeah, that just dinged off the deck. Or off the belt, I think. So let's send out an HE salvo. It's not necessarily ideal, but at least it'll do some damage. And if I can cause some more flooding on the Kashima, I might be able to get another point. Hold on, I think my stern battery is not actively firing because it doesn't have the firing angle. It's just fire, so I was hoping for a flooding. Now, any information about how these battleships are doing? Some of them have been taking a bit of torpedo damage, but it's really not enough to sink them. This was mostly a lucky hit, the destruction of the Tosa. Simply because she got a flash fire, and that's not something that I can actively influence. So I'm really hoping that I can sink the Kashima in the next 8 minutes. That's 8 salvos in total. If everything goes according to plan. If Kashima turns, she might eat another torpedo. Ideally, you turn to port. More. Fire. Structural integrity 32. 30. Another fire. I wonder if she's detected the torpedoes. I think she has. Doesn't look good. 5 minutes left of in-game time. Considering that I'm facing 150 19-inch guns, I'd say that my ship is doing a remarkably good job of staying alive. Of course, that's the moment when I get ammo wrecked and detonated. Or when I get a flash fire of my own. At least, it's been known to happen. This torpedo might hit Tayo if it's not fast enough. Detonate! Nope. 30% structural, 72, bit of flooding. 21% structural. We got 3.5 minutes left. Come on, girl. Come on. We're now starting to go through belt armor. At least I'm starting to take belt armor damage. Structural integrity down to 40%. It's not required that my ship survives. 2.5 minutes. Come on. Looks like Kashima is once again safe from the torpedoes. Tosa has detected torpedo. You're dead. I still think that they need to change that. Sinking ships should not be able to detect torpedoes. Much less radio the rest of the fleet saying, hey guys, we're trying to evacuate the ship. We're trying to get on side or aboard the lifeboats. But just wanted to let you know that unless you want to be joining us real quick, there are torpedoes in the water and you might need to turn the ship. I think that's not quite right. Now, it looks like this is not gonna go well. Tosa has detected more torpedoes. The Tosa doesn't even exist anymore. Another flooding hit. 19 seconds left. 19% structural integrity. The Kashima is not a happy battleship, but she'll live. That's the most important point for the enemy. She'll live. 2, 1, done. So I was able to sink one ship, substantially damage 1, 2, 3 others, I think. Yeah, Yamashiro's also quite damaged. And Aki got a little bit of flooding, but structurally very sound. So, that is 1 point for me for the Taskmaster challenge of this week. 1 point. That's terrible. I hope the other guys did better. Links down below in the description to the other guys. Check out their builds, check out what they did and how many points they got, because I'll definitely be doing the same. Thank you for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you soon for the next video.